Senator McKenzie.
Just before you leave, the Senator Waters' questions on response to the Senate inquiry, and I note the Minister was upholding the authority of the Senate in assuming that timelines are being kept, but it sounds like timelines of the Senate seem quite arbitrary in this section of the department, given that it's due to be tabled to the Senate, the government response, within a week. We haven't even sent a draft of the response up to the Minister for her consideration. Is that the case, Mr Wood?
I would need to confirm if a draft has been sent there. I do.
Well, from what I heard from the officials' evidence was that you're still working on the draft.
Yeah, I think that may be the case, Senator, but I haven't seen that particular document myself. I would observe that it is a complex report with over 20 recommendations and, of course, was delivered just prior to the Christmas period, so part of that 3 months has been taken up through the Christmas period. That said, recognise and obviously take very seriously the obligations to provide a response to government for consideration as soon as possible.
I know you say that, but it doesn't seem like it, because the senators, 3 of them which are here, actually 4 of them are here, who participated on that inquiry, along with the countless number of community organisations across the country who wanted to see a response from the government prior to the election. It seems, Mr Wood, you say it's because everyone went on holidays.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you actually did. You said Christmas.
Well, Senator, no, the department is shut down for a period through Christmas. I'm not saying that we're on holidays through the whole of December and January, but it was obviously a factor to be able to engage with the right people at the right time. But as I say, the more significant issue is there are 20, sorry, I haven't got the precise number, but over 20 recommendations, some of which are actually quite complex to consider, and I think it's important that we provide the best advice possible to government in the first instance, and then, should government accept that advice, to the Senate and the community. So
what is your time frame for providing the draft to the Minister?
I would have to say as soon as possible, Senator. I'm not sure I can give much more than that at this point.
Sounds very hopeful, Minister McCarthy. Do you have confidence that this will get to the Minister in time for her to consider it in an appropriate time frame?
I have confidence in the Minister's ability to pursue this, Senator McKenzie.
Well, the Minister's not the problem in this regard, but yes.
But yes, I know that the Minister will want to respond in an appropriate time to the Senate.
Can I just ask, is a cabinet submission being prepared?
Senator, that whether this report would need to go to Cabinet is, I think, would need to be a matter for the Minister to consider. Typically, for a government response, it would need to be shared with, I believe, the Prime Minister, and to the extent there are other ministers involved in a response. Many of the recommendations here fall within this portfolio, so whether a Cabinet approach is something that would still need to be considered.
So, at this stage, no decision has been taken to go to Cabinet on this response?
To the best of my knowledge, Senator, but I'd need to confirm with others as to whether...
Given the Prime Minister's interest in this sort of stuff, I'd be surprised if it didn't. But no submission's being prepared right now.
We're working to finalise a response to the...
And just quickly, Senator McKenzie, just very quickly, just in, again, following Senator Waters' questions, that recommendation, I think it was recommendation 5 about the ICAO, Chapter 14, the text of the report makes clear that it is about particular aircraft types, and the view here is particularly the A380 at 2 a.m. or whatever from Brisbane is on the threshold of meeting that requirement. It should be looked at closely about whether it's appropriate to be flying over while people are sleeping at night.
It would seem from the timeframes outlined to the committee today that it is highly unlikely that this will be dealt with prior to the election, which is incredibly disappointing for the people that took the time out to give us the evidence that they did through this inquiry.